Remember R&B singer Houston? He was on his way to becoming a star when he released his debut single, I Like That, featuring Chingy and Nate Dogg in March 2004. It became a hit, peaking at number 3 on the US Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart and number 11 on both Billboard Hot 100 and the UK Singles chart. Soon after he got fame, his life started falling apart. Houston believed that the industry was evil. He ended up suffering from mental health issues and more, which led to the ending of his singing career. Houston Edward Summers IV was born October 26, 1983. He grew up in Los Angeles, California. He attended the Academy of Music at Hamilton High School in Los Angeles. He regularly would get invited to participate in activities taking place in the school's music academy. He joined a number of singing groups while he attended school. A video of one of his performances got to someone at Capitol Records. The label was impressed with his talent, and they signed him. His debut single, I Like That, it took off. It did great. It was certified gold in the United States and Australia. It was also featured in a McDonald's commercial. He followed up with his only album called It's Already Written, and that was released on August 10, 2004. It was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. His album featured popular people like Jermaine Dupri, Jazzy Faye, and former Destiny's Child member LaToya Luckett. He signed up to perform at Summer Jam in August 2004 with the Yin Yang Twins and G Unit. His follow-up single, Ain't Nothing Wrong, peaked at number 33 on the UK Singles Chart and number 70 on Billboard's Hot R&B/Hip Hop Singles and Tracks chart, staying on the chart for 12 weeks. Houston did an interview with Pete Finch with a drink in his hand. It seemed he had a lot on his mind. MTV reported later on in 2004 that Houston was placed under psychiatric care due to manic depression, allegedly. His managers had advised MTV that they took him to get help, and they claimed that his family was in denial of his condition. His upcoming gigs got canceled from October to the end of 2004. It is said that he was diagnosed as a schizophrenic. His manager said that he wasn't taking his medication. Capitol Records wanted him to do some promotional work in London. His family got permission from his doctor, who gave permission for him to travel. It is alleged that during his trip overseas, he was carrying a Bible and doing things that were not normal. On January 27, 2005, while on tour in London, Houston suffered an emotional breakdown, and it was reported that he allegedly attempted to take his life by jumping out of a window while under the influence of PCP. When the people in his entourage stopped him, he was restrained and locked inside of a first-floor room where he allegedly gouged his left eye out with a plastic fork. His bodyguard talked to MTV. He said the team went out for dinner. When they returned to the hotel, Houston went to his room to read the Bible, which he did frequently. The bodyguard went to check on him, and he noticed that he was on the bed with a towel covering his face and red liquid on the floor. He asked Houston if the fluid came from his nose, and he said yes. Houston told him everything was fine and he would see him in the morning, and he can't wait to get back to LA with his family. The bodyguard wasn't buying that, though. The bodyguard walked over to him because he thought it was more than just a nosebleed. He removed the towel from his face and noticed the terrible eye injury. The bodyguard told MTV that he showed no pain and no remorse. He said he had to do it. It freed him from everything. The bodyguard claimed that Houston had been going through spiritual warfare. Houston's publicist issued a statement denying the reports that he tried to take his life by jumping from a London hotel window. The statement said Houston has found himself in the midst of a spiritual battle against the evil that runs rampant in the entertainment industry. Houston's sister Billy Summers also spoke out. She claimed Houston's management team was no longer in his career. She said while Houston was on the road, their contract with him ended, so they were trying to slander her brother's name. She said the rumors about him trying to take his own life is not true. She said Houston is a Christian and he knows that if he attempted anything like that he'd be doomed. The former management team said they had a serious problem with the way his family was handling his situation. One of them said there's no reason for Houston not to have any money. He said they passed on the publishing deal that could have helped him. He said they got involved and we tried everything we could, but at the end of the day, Houston was loyal to his mom. He said Houston had a great opportunity laid out, so he should have had proper housing and a nice car. One of them said that the kid still lives where he lives when we met him, in a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 other people. They spent all the kids' money. Houston did an interview with Hood News where he talked about his eye injury. He said where he comes from is a whole other element, a different element from the Hollywood scene. He said he stays in the background of the scenes because there's too many Fruit Loops in the Hollywood scene. He said when it comes to taking you someplace and making you do something and sugarcoating it, he says no to it. He said he got his eye injury dealing with certain thugs, gangsters, mafias. He said he just had to get out of that industry. He said everything was clubbering down on him. Everything was going a little bit too hard on him. He said he was blowing up. He went gold with a single he had with Nate Dogg and Chingy. He said he wanted to come out with his real record, but that record was written for him. He said the clothes he was wearing wasn't really him. He said they made him wear that jacket. He said he had to rip himself away before people got the wrong impression about him. He talked about his movement to stop men from losing their manhood in the penitentiary. He said, you must keep your manhood at all costs. He encouraged people to keep God in their lives and make it to heaven. According to TMZ, he was pulled over in 2012 for driving erratically in California. He was detained on suspicion of DUI and released the next day. According to TMZ, the DUI charges were dropped to a minor traffic infraction and the $100 fine was suspended. It was unclear why the charge was reduced. Houston came and shook up the music industry. He was on his way to the top, but he chose a different direction for himself. I haven't heard anything recently about Houston. He doesn't appear to have any social media. I hope he's doing well wherever he is today. I wish him all the best.